This is a scenario that is currently playing out right now and could go into effect later this year or early next year. This is called stagflation, where you have companies continuing to lay people off, earnings are going down, yet inflation continues to go up. We saw this with the recent GDP numbers. They came in significantly lower than expected. And this morning you had the jobs opening report.
Shalom, welcome back to another lesson. It's another video. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and be to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Wakahakodash, the Barnes to the elders and apostle of GMS, Great Millstone, Hugo Well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, to the elect. Peace and salutation to the Akim, pushing this word of truth and sincerity. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, bless you Yahweh, bless you Yahushai. Koholo Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Kahala Amla Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Wakahakodash. The Babylon the Great, which is America, is backed up by what? FDIC is like an insurance company for the banks. It back up, what they have. It back up the bank if the bank is what? It's low on funds. The FDIC basically back it up. But as of right now, what? They no longer have the funds. Inflation will continue to rise. Stores will continue to close and so forth.
Dollar Tree closing 600 stores this year. CVS closing 900 stores through the end of this year. Walgreens closing 150 stores. Outback Steakhouse has already closed 40 of its restaurants. UPS is cutting 12,000 jobs in 2024. Citigroup cutting 20,000 positions as well. eBay, why not? 1,000.
And what job cuts are going to continue, to continue to happen. Isaiah 14:4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how had the oppressor seized, the golden city seized. Babylon the Great, which is America, that have been, the so-called land of the free, the so-called great city, they have seized. No more good stuff is happening or going to continue to happen. No, there's no flow of money. The system is going at no flow of money, job cuts, inflation, and so forth. And once the dollar is comes to an end, and that's what's coming. Or the BRICS, the BRICS nations, the other nations, they're going after their own currency. And once the dollar is cut off, the new system is gonna come into place. They're gonna have to switch the way that they've been going, and the universal central basic income is gonna come in. They're gonna have to bring in the MOTB, which is the market of beasts, which is the R5DC. That no man will buy or sell, say he that have the mark, and so forth. This is the huge change that's coming to Babylon the Great, which is America, man. Not only that, when the dollar also sees, World War III will pop off as well. this system have to go down for the new system to come in. Isaiah 19 and 15 to 16. Neither will there be any work for Egypt, which the head or the tail, palm branch, or bulrush. Oh, Salakia. Isaiah 19 and 15 to 16. Now shall there be any work for Egypt, and what Babylon the Great is what? Spiritual Egypt and Sodom. Egypt wide. Look behind a dollar bill, and what America is as Egypt. They call it the so-called land of the free, but you're not really free. It's synonymous with what? Slavery. And Sodom, well, there's no need to explain that. Look at your Hollywood and so forth. And you might think, but what is he speaking about? America's the land of the free. Oh, okay. Let's see, you have a passport, and what? They let you travel wherever you may want to or whatever. But what? That's just a long leash. You're not free. There's also some other few things that you're not free upon as well. But what? Isaiah 19, 15 to 16. Salakia for my ranting. Let's go back to the, strictly scriptures. Isaiah 19, 15 to 16. Now there shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or the tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and they shall be afraid and fear, because the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which he shaketh over it. And what? Yahweh is about to shake this place, man. Some Edomites, the curses that have been on us is what being put on them. Deuteronomy 30 and 7, roughly paraphrasing. And what they are renting, they can't pay their bills. They got a good paying job, but for some reason they can't pay their bills. They can't pay groceries and so forth. So a lot of Edomites will come into the forefront, and they be on TikTok, whatever other platforms, and they in stress right now. They were just living good, a few years back, but now it's, and Yahweh is going to what? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to what? Continue to shake up this place. More inflation, more cut of jobs, and so forth. More banks closed, more store closing. Habakkuk 2 and 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increased that which is not his, how long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay. And thick clay is what? Heavy depths. And America is what? Known for heavy depths. They 34 what? $1 trillion deep in debt and ongoing. It might be what more than that.
Strong's H 5671, Avteet.
And what? Heavy depths. You know? Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. Has the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And all this that's happening is what in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's hands. It is in the Heavenly Father Yahweh's hands. And what? He's going to continue, as I said before in Isaiah 19, as it is said, the Lord will continue to shake up this place until the dollar is over with, and so forth. That's about all I wanted to grab. But all that know this truth, we are rejoicing at this, at these downfall. A redemption drawing nigh. Yahweh Tazah, Barak Tazah. Lord willing, this was edifying. The honors to the others and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, who well. Peace and salutations to the whole free elect. Shalom to the elect. Shalom, quick follow-up. Habakkuk 2:6, shall not all these take up a parable against him and taunting proverb against him, saying, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. And that's the money, the land, Job 9:24, the world is given unto the hand of the wicked, as well as him being blessed with the sword, him Esau Edom, which is the wicked, the money, the land, that they unalive and ravished for, went around the world acting like, they came in peace. Word is smooth as butter, but word was in his heart, and, removing, other nations, other man's, landmark and so forth, as well as coming in that, that so-called Jesus Christ, coming in that name, acting like they're coming in peace and love, and they came and slayed and ravished, just a little quick follow-up, just wanted to add, that little part in, and eventually, let me quickly grab this right here. Job 20:15, he has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Power shall cast them out of his belly. The land, the money, all that they, killed. What's that about? All the money and land, that took over and killed for it. Just a little quick follow-up. That's about all. Once again, Shuttle War.
Opportunities in that. I mean, look at the Mexican peso. I was on CBS News not long ago talking about the peso's amazing rise. That speaks to what's changing in Mexico. If I were to give birth, or if I were with someone who gave birth to a child today, I would rather give birth physically in Mexico and have a Mexican citizen child, so I'm not an American, than I would to have, give birth in the United States and have an American child. I think that Mexico, with all of its problems, will be trending in the right direction more than the United States in the next 18 years.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys. That should not be our standard. I am so fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,200. Who the fuck can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now, but I know so many people are struggling. And do not get me started on what my grandparents were doing. They $3,000 house. And yes, I understand inflation and all of the bullshit that they have been pulling with the Fed. Why are we allowing it? Why? And then I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another 60 fucking billion to a country nobody can point out on a map. What are we doing? Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have fucking lost it. The American dream is dead. It is over. Gone and forgotten.
Imagine a recession, but the cost of everything continues going up. This is a scenario that is currently playing out right now and could go into effect later this year or early next year. This is called stagflation, where you have companies continuing to lay people off, earnings are going down, yet inflation continues to go up. We saw this with the recent GDP numbers. They came in significantly lower than expected. And this morning you had the jobs opening report. There are 300,000 less jobs currently active right now. Unemployment has ticked up a little bit, but is still sort of hovering around the high 3s. Now, I do think that report is false because there are a lot of people who are working 2 or 3 jobs just to get by. And unfortunately, inflation just continues to go up. We are seeing big companies reporting significantly lower earnings than last quarter. Amazon, for example, last quarter they reported 170 billion in revenue, and this quarter they only reported 143. Now, I know that is a lot of money, but then you look at Starbucks. Starbucks has actually guided down, and their number of stores has reduced for the first time in the United States. McDonald's reporting $300 million less than they did last quarter, which is a staple for lower income people to go and eat. But now McDonald's is just so expensive, people can't afford to eat there. Stagflation is probably worst case scenario for the economy, because if you have companies continuing to lay people off, yet the cost of everything is going up, this is an economic disaster, and unfortunately it will leave the Fed in a situation where they can't cut rates, because they have said time and time again they want inflation down to 2%, and if we have inflation continuing to go up, they won't be able to cut rates. Now, the caveat with that is if the economy is so broken where you have unemployment skyrocketing to 7 or 8%, then the Fed would likely come in and cut rates. But historically, this is also not good, because they are officially announcing that the economy is too far gone to be repaired, that they have to cut rates. Now, obviously, this is a scenario that does not last forever, because eventually you will have inflation going down, because people just can't afford to buy what they used to if you have the economy in a terrible situation. You will be getting more data later in the year to see if this is actually what is going to happen with the US. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and follow me for the side of the economy no one talks about.
Dollar Tree closing 600 stores this year. CVS closing 900 stores through the end of this year. Walgreens closing 150 stores. Outback Steakhouse has already closed 40 of its restaurants. UPS is cutting 12,000 jobs in 2024. Citigroup cutting 20,000 positions as well. eBay, why not? 1,000 jobs lost there. Microsoft cutting 1,900 positions. Expedia cutting 1,500. Cisco cutting 4,000. Apple cutting 600. It's entertainment too. Regal Cinemas closing 429 locations. Kroger's grocery store chain shutting down 413 stores. It's not affordable to be in retail anymore. Foot Locker closing 400 stores by 2026. Macy's will close 150 locations by 2026. Walmart, already this year, has closed 6 of its supercenters. While the U.S. Senate has passed nearly $100 billion to send to other countries that Joe Biden just signed yesterday, most can't even find Ukraine or Israel on a freaking map, let alone Taiwan. We're paying money that we don't have as our economy goes down the toilet and American jobs die. Of course, we know we're going to ban TikTok so nobody can talk about it freely.